Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. I hope that you all will be doing well by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Today we'll be continuing unit 2.3 part C, and the topic that we are going to discuss is rounding off. And the assignment we have today is assignment number 16. Objectives of the lesson. Inshallah, at the end of this lesson you all will be able to apply the rules of rounding off the numbers. Round off the given whole numbers to the nearest tens, hundreds and thousands, and also estimate the sum, difference and product of whole numbers through rounding off. आपकी ज़िंदगी में बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि आपकी मदर या आपके फादर आपसे मार्केट से कुछ मंगवाते हैं, रुपीस देते हैं कि जाएं ये चीज़ लेकर आ जाएं, कुछ भी, और आपको वहीं पे जाके डिसाइड करना होता है कि आया जितना अमाउंट मैं लाया हूँ उसमें मैं ये आइटम्स परचेज कर सकता हूँ, बाय कर सकता हूँ या नहीं. Now let's have such example. Mother asked Asim to bring spaghetti, ketchup, mayonnaise and 1 kilogram chicken pack and gave him a 1,000 rupees note. Asim went to the shop and looked at the price tag of all the required items. Now he was wondering whether the given amount will be enough to pay for these items or not. The spaghetti cost rupees 185. The price of chicken was 345. The mayonnaise cost rupees 190. And the ketchup cost rupees 163. Asim was standing there confused whether he will get embarrassed or can buy the stuff. Looking at his confused face, Mr. Sharik, who was his neighbor, came near him and asked about the problem. Asim told him. Mr. Sharik just smiled and in no time he said, "These items will cost approximately 900 rupees. As you have 1,000 rupees, so you can easily go to the cashier and pay for them." Asim thanked Mr. Sharik and asked him, "How did you find that sum so quick?" Mr. Sharik replied, "My dear son, I just rounded off the amounts." He smiled and added, "You should also learn to round off the numbers so that shopping becomes easier for you." सोचें, मिस्टर शारिक ने कैसे आसिम को इतनी जल्दी बता दिया विदाउट अ कैलकुलेटर, विदाउट फिंगर पे काउंट किए हुए कि 1,000 rupees are enough to buy these items. Think about it. Here you heard the word rounding off. Are you familiar with it? Have you heard it before? सुना है कभी rounding off? नहीं? So let's have introduction to it and explanation as well. Rounding off. Rounding means making a number simpler but keeping its value close to what it was. The result is less accurate but easier to use. मतलब किसी नंबर को सिंप्लीफाई करना अपनी आसानी के लिए, लेकिन इतना भी नहीं कि वो रियल नंबर से दूर ही हो जाए. For example, 73 rounded to the nearest tens is 70 because 73 is closer to 70 than to 80. If I ask you, what is your age? You will probably say 10 years. But do you exactly have this age? Are you only 10 years? You may be 10 years or some month, 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, लेकिन आपकी कोई भी आपसे आपकी एज पूछेगा तो आप क्या कहेंगे? 10 years. इसी तरह से अगर आपकी बर्थडे आने में सिर्फ 1 month बाकी हो तो फिर कब कोई आपसे आपकी एज पूछे तो आप क्या कहेंगे? 11 years. इसी तरीके से अगर कोई आपसे आपका वेट पूछता है, अब वेट हो सकता है जब वेइंग मशीन में आपका बिल्कुल एग्जैक्ट आता हो 22.375 किलोग्राम, बट यू विल सिंपली से 22 kg, isn't it? ऐसे ही होता है ना? Now let's learn how to round off numbers. जब आप अपनी एज बजाय ये कहने के आई एम 10 years 3 months and 7 days old, आप कहते हैं सिंपली आई एम 10 years old. आप अपना वेट 23.695 kg बताने के बजाय बता देते हैं कि आई एम 25 kg. तो आप नंबर्स को राउंड ऑफ करके बता रहे होते हैं. अब हम सीखेंगे कि नंबर्स को राउंड ऑफ किया कैसे जाता है. देयर आर सम रूल्स टू राउंड ऑफ नंबर्स. ठीक है, ये ज़रूर सीखना है क्योंकि आगे डिवीजन में बहुत सारी चीज़ों में प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ में राउंडिंग ऑफ का बहुत यूज़ है. Now let's begin with the rounding off to the nearest tens. I have some numbers 63, 195, 4095 and 22. What you have to do is you have to locate the digit at tens place. Can you locate it? I'm sure you could. Okay, here 6 is at tens place, here 9 is at tens place, again 9 is at tens place and 2 at tens place. Why are we talking about the digit at tens place? Because we are rounding off to the nearest tens. So we have to deal with the digit at tens place. Now we have some steps and rules by which we can round off the numbers to the nearest tens. I have taken one example from the above number, that is 63. So the very first step is you will underline the digit at tens place. Underlined it? Good. Now the next one, look at the digit next to it, to its right. It is 3 over there at units place. Now the rule is if the digit to the right is less than 5, it means if it is 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4, you will not add any number to the underlined digit. But if it was greater than 5 or 5, then we must add 1 to the digit at units place. So now 6 will remain as it was and 3 will become 0. So after rounding off 63, it will become 60. Now let's have another example. 4095. First step, underline the digit at tens place. Then look next door, look at the digit to the right. We have some digits to the left as well, but we will not consider them. हम सिर्फ जो राइट हैंड साइड पर डिजिट है, यूनिट्स की प्लेस पर डिजिट है, उसे देखेंगे. अगर वो डिजिट 5 या उससे ग्रेटर हो तो हम टेंस की प्लेस पे जो डिजिट है उसमें 1 ऐड कर लेंगे, और अगर 5 से कम है तो हम उसमें कोई चेंज नहीं लाएंगे, उसे वैसा ही रहने देंगे, लेकिन जो यूनिट की प्लेस पर डिजिट है उसे 0 बना देंगे. दैट इज द सिंपल rule of rounding off to the nearest 10. So this time we have 5 next to it. Now when we have 5, we should add 1 to the digit at tens place. When we add 1 to 9, it becomes 10. So how are we going to do it? First of all, 5 became 0. Then we have added 1 to 9, it becomes 10. 0 will remain here and 1 will be carried to the next digit. And here we are. 4 will remain 4. After addition, this 0 becomes 1, 9 becomes 0, and 5 also becomes 0. And this way we rounded off to the nearest tens. I hope you understood. Simple rule है, टेंस की प्लेस पे जो डिजिट है उसे अंडरलाइन करना है, राइट हैंड साइड यानी यूनिट की प्लेस पे जो डिजिट है उसे देखना है. अगर वो 5, 6, 7, 8 या 9 है तो आप टेंस की प्लेस पे जो डिजिट है उसमें 1 ऐड कर लेंगे. ठीक है, और अगर वो डिजिट यानी यूनिट की प्लेस का डिजिट 5 से कम है, मतलब 4, 3, 2, 1 या 0 है, तो आप 1 ऐड नहीं करेंगे। टेंस की प्लेस पे जो डिजिट है उसमें 1 ऐड नहीं करेंगे, वो वैसे ही रहेगा। लेकिन यूनिट्स की प्लेस का जो डिजिट है वो दोनों सूरतों में 0 बन जाएगा। जैसे आपने ऊपर वाले एग्जाम्पल में देखा, यहाँ पर कम था, 5 से लेस था, तब भी 0 हुआ। यहाँ पे 5 था, तब भी 5 0 बन गया। चेंज कहाँ पे आया? 9 में, इसमें 1 ऐड हुआ। अब हम कंप्लीट 10 तो यहाँ पे नहीं लिख सकते, जिस तरह से हम एडिशन में 9 के साथ 1 प्लस करते हैं 10 बन जाता है। 0 यहाँ पे लिखते हैं, 1 दूसरे नंबर पे कैरी चला जाता है, तो 1 प्लस 0 क्या बन गया? 1, और 4 वैसे का वैसा रहा। लेफ्ट हैंड साइड के नंबर्स में हम कोई चेंज नहीं करते। The only change we make is the digit at right hand side at units place. I hope you have understood it. Rounding off to the nearest hundred. Now we have some numbers. Now I want you to locate the digit at hundreds place. Why are we locating the digit at hundreds place? Because this time we are rounding off to the nearest hundred. So the first one, 1 is at hundred place, here 4 is at hundreds place, here 9 is at hundreds place, and in this case 7 is at hundreds place. Now we will do it stepwise. I have taken one number from them as an example. So first step, underline the digit at hundreds place. Which number is at hundreds place? 1. Very good. Now we have underlined it. Now you will look next door, the digit next to it to the right hand side. Which digit we have? 8. Now as we did in the rounding off to the nearest tens, again we will look at the digit to the right. यहाँ पे हमें 7 को नहीं देखना, बिल्कुल 1 के बाद वाला जो डिजिट है उसको देखेंगे. Now it is again more than 5, so what are we going to do? We will be adding 1 to it. इस 1 में हम एक और 1 ऐड कर लेंगे, तो it will become 2 as 8 is greater than 5. ठीक है ना? So after rounding off 187, it will become 200. 1 became 2. अब उसके बाद जितने डिजिट्स हैं वो क्या बन जाएंगे? 0. Got that? Now let's have another example. It is 3409. First of all, the first step, underline the digit at hundreds place. Here we have 4. Now look next door. Look to its right. We have 0. Now can 0 give 1 to 4? 4 में 1 add होगा? No. 0 is less than 5. So 4 will remain as it is. ठीक है? 4 वैसा ही copy down होगा. Right hand side पे जितने भी digits हैं, they will become 0. Left hand side के digit के साथ क्या होगा? It will remain the same. There will be no change in it. 3 will remain as it was. So when we round off 3409, it becomes 3400. Okay, now we will round off the whole numbers to the nearest 1000. Again we have some number, 1781, 9999, 4639, 5302. What you have to do is to locate the digit at thousands place. Why? Because we are rounding off to the nearest 1000. Here are the steps. I have taken one example from the above number. It is same as we did rounding off to the nearest 10 and nearest 100. This time we are dealing with nearest 1000. So we will underline the digit at thousands place. Yes, here 4 is at 1000 place. Now look next door. Look to the digit to its right. We have nothing to do with 3 and 9. We are only concerned with the digit very next to this 4. So it is 6. When we have a number, a digit more than 5 or more than 5, what we do, हम क्या करते हैं, we add 1 to the digit at thousands place. हम 1000 की place में 1 add कर देंगे. ठीक है. Now when we add 1 to 4, it becomes 5. What we have to do with the rest of number? In 3 digits का क्या होगा? Yes, they will for sure become 0. And here we have rounded off 4639 to the nearest 1000. ऐसे ही है कि जैसे आप शॉप पे जाएं, कोई चीज़ आप परचेज करने लगे, उसकी प्राइस 4639 हो, तो आप 5000 रुपये का नोट देंगे या 4000 रुपीज़ देंगे? Obviously 5000 rupees देंगे. ठीक है. Now let's have another example. 9999. Here we have all 999, but the digit 9 at the 1000 place should be underlined. Done with the underlining? Now look next door. We have 9, which is greater than 5. So what are we going to do? We will add 1 to the 9 at thousands place. It will become 10. And the rest of the 9s will become 0. So this 9 became 10 as we added 1 to it. The next 9 became 0. This one became 0. And the last one also became 0. So when we rounded off 9999 to the nearest 1000, it became 10,000. I hope you would have understood it. The rounding rhyme. ये बहुत आसान सी पोम है, इसको आप याद कर लेंगे. उसके बाद राउंडिंग ऑफ के रूल्स आपको मेमोराइज नहीं करने पड़ेंगे. ठीक है, जस्ट मेमोराइज दिस राइम. What is it? Underline the digit. Look next door. If it is 5 or greater, add 1 more. If it is less than 5, leave it for sure. Everything after is a 0, not more. Come on, repeat with me. Underline the digit, look next door. If it is 5 or greater, add 1 more. If it is less than 5, leave it for sure. Everything after is a 0, not more. Now, we have got a general rule for rounding. समझ तो आपको भी आ गई होगी, आपके भी ज़हन में एक रूल बन गया होगा. But have a look at it. If the number you are rounding is followed by, यानी number you are rounding the digit, अगर आप nearest 10 कर रहे हैं तो उसकी बात हो रही है, अगर आप nearest 100 कर रहे हैं तो उसकी बात हो रही है, अगर आप nearest 1000 कर रहे हैं तो उसकी बात हो रही है. So if that digit is followed by, मतलब उसके right hand side पे, very right पे, उसके बिल्कुल साथ 5, 6, 7, 8 या 9 है, तो number राउंड अप हो जाएगा, मतलब उसमें 1 ऐड हो जाएगा. और इसी तरीके से if the number you are rounding is followed by 0, 1, 2, 3 or 4, round the number down, number की वैल्यू कम हो जाएगी. Got that? Now let's do some practice. Okay, hold your rough notebooks. Do not upload this work on the portal. Just do it. It's meant to be practiced in the rough notebook. Okay. Now I have a chart. ठीक है? In the first column we have 3 numbers that we have to round off to the nearest tens. Again we have 3 numbers in the next column, but this time we have to round off to the nearest hundreds, and the next one we have to round off to the nearest 1000. ठीक है? अब आप देखें फर्स्ट एग्जाम्पल तीनों में सेम है. तीनों में हम देखेंगे कि जब हम नियरेस्ट टेंस पे राउंड ऑफ करते हैं तो क्या इफेक्ट होता है, नियरेस्ट 100 पे किस तरह से चेंज होता है, और राउंड ऑफ टू द नियरेस्ट 1000 किस तरह से प्रेजेंट किया जाता है. So let's begin with the first one. Have you done? Okay, I am giving you the answer for the first one. Was it correct? See, the digit at the tens place is underlined, which is 6. 6 के बाद right hand side पे 1 है. Can 1 give 1 to 6? No. So 6 will remain as it was and 1 will become 0. Now the next one, 45. 4 is underlined, which is at tens place. Now look next door. It is 5. So add 1 more. When you add 1 to 4, it becomes 5. Everything is after is a 0, no more. ठीक है? 108. 0 is underlined. 8 can give 1 to 0. It will become 0 plus 1 is 1. And 8 will become 0. Now, let's round off to the nearest 100. I have underlined the digit at hundredths place. I hope you also have done. Now look next door. If it is 5 or more, add 1. Everything is after 0, not more. 6 ने 1 दिया 5 को, 5 became 6. Right hand side पे जितने digits हैं, they will become 0. But there will be no change to the digit on the left. 7 will remain 7. Got that? Now move on to the next one quickly. Round it off to the nearest 100. I have already underlined the digit at hundredths place. It is 1. Now look next door. If it is 5 or more, add 1. When you add 1 to 1, it becomes 2. Everything after is 0 for sure. ठीक है? 3 के अंदर कोई change नहीं. Left hand side पे कोई change नहीं. 1 में 1 add किया, it became 2 and everything after was 0. Now the third one. Quickly. Underline the digit. Look next door. If it is less than 5, leave it for sure. Matlab, we don't need to have any change in 4. We have to leave it. So 4 will remain as it was. Everything after is a 0. Not more. ठीक है? Now to the nearest 1000. I have underlined the digit at thousands place, which is 7. Now underline the digit. Look next door. If it is 5 or more, you will have to add 1 to it. When you add 1 to 7, it becomes 8. Everything after is a 0. So it becomes 8000. Do it quickly for the next one. Look next door. Can 0 give 1 to 9? No. So 9 will remain 9. But the digits after it will become 0. So it becomes 9000 when rounded off to the 1000. Last one. I hope that you all are doing well. Underline the digit. Look next door. Less than 5. Leave it for sure. Everything after is a 0, not more. Estimation. This is another topic, but it is related to the rounding off. Estimation is finding a number that is close enough to the right answer. Now here I have some examples. You have to round off each number to the nearest 10 and then estimate the answer. For example, in A, you have 67 plus 13. Now first you will round off 67 to the nearest 10. It will become 70. Then you will round off 13 to the nearest 10. It will become 10. Then you can add 70 with 10 and the answer will be 80. Now in the next example, B, you have multiplication. Round off 54 to the nearest 10. It will become 50. Very good. And when you multiply 50 with 4, is it easy or difficult to multiply 50 by 4? 5 fours are 20. Add a 0 to the end. So it is 200. Now in C we have subtraction. 252. Round it off to the nearest 10. Underline 5. Look next door. So 252 will become 250 when rounded off to the nearest 10. And 137 will become 140 when rounded off to the nearest 10. So when you subtract 140 from 250, the answer will be 110. You can easily calculate in your mind. Again, we have an example, but this time we have to estimate the answer by rounding off the number to the nearest 100. So the first one, 455, rounded off to the nearest 100 will become 500. 321, rounded off to the nearest 100 will become 300. Is it easy to add 500 to 300? Of course. The answer will be 800. Now look at the other example. Example B. Quickly round off 812 to the nearest 100. It will become, yes, 800. And when you round off 670 to the nearest 100, it becomes 700. Very good. So now let's subtract 700 from 800. Simply 100 is the answer. We didn't need to align them vertically. We did it mentally. Now we have estimated the answer. It is close enough to the right answer. It is not the accurate one, exact answer, but it is estimation. ये अंदाजा लगाया है हमने.